Okay, the stage is all yours.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Jadea, and today I want to share with you all something that I've probably only shared with a handful of people in the world. So you see, like, how many of you have ever felt, like, cornered in your mind, pushed to the very edge?
Sorry, would you mind putting your mic closer? Yeah.
Just one step away from. 5 years ago, I checked myself into IMH. I sat in a locked room, like, surrounded by white walls, and that was one of the lowest points in my life. I never felt so broken before. But as I just sat there, scrolling through my phone, my contacts, my chats, that was one of the loneliest feelings I ever felt. Because of every single one of those contacts, there was not a single person who I could share what I was going through. But I told myself that from that very day, from that very moment, that brokenness I felt would one day be used to save life. That one day there will be a world where the hurt are hurt. H-U-R-T, H-E-R-D. And this is I'm Friendly Co.
Every day, more than one precious life is lost to suicide, and suicide remains as the leading cause of death among youths. Not only that, 1 in 5 youths in Singapore suffer from poor mental health. Yet, despite these concerning numbers, most of them are not receiving the help that they need. But what's stopping youths from seeking help? High treatment costs and stigma remain key barriers to seeking professional help, where treatment becomes simply a luxury that cannot be afforded, and fears of being stigmatized and labeled scare people away. So how do we step in to overcome such barriers? We know that youths may hesitate to take that leap of faith towards professional help, so we aim to be that bridge, and we want to help them take small steps instead towards seeking this ultimate goal. I'm Friendly Co is targeted towards youths as a web application that anonymously connects youths with trained peer supporters and professionals. Similar to apps like Facebook, users log in to navigate various features like mood charts, guided journaling, as well as the chat function that connects them to trained peer supporters. Here, they can input their moods and topics they'd like to discuss to set the context for their conversations. We adopt a very funnel-like approach, providing support every single step of the way, starting with anonymous peer support, providing low barriers to start. Over time, with the long decision horizon, users are able to make more informed decisions, allowing for more informed decisions to seek professional help, such as therapists and counselors. Afterwards, they can return back to the community where ongoing peer support is given throughout, such as between sessions, allowing for monitored progress. Our business model consists of 2 main revenue streams: referral for professional help, as well as a freemium subscription, allowing users to gain access to exclusive features and events.
The total addressable market size is 1.7 billion per year, and this is the breakdown of what we hope to achieve over the next 5 years. In terms of competition, I'm Friendly Co is the only integrated platform that provides support for youths, supporting them before, during, and after their treatment. Our go-to-market strategy consists of 3 phases. We just wrapped up phase 1 with a 6-month testing phase on Telegram. And over the next 12 months, we hope to complete phase 2 and 3. We have had over 9,200 minutes of ongoing conversations and received many, many promising testimonials of users' lives who have been impacted by our platform. The large majority of users indicated that they would use the platform again and are willing to recommend it to a friend.
So where are we today? We are closely approaching the end of phase 1, where we have been building capacity to onboard professionals. Next month, we will be having a launch event to release the first version of our application. Now let me tell you about our marketing strategy. Because we're targeting a technologically savvy segment, we will emphasize on digital marketing to establish our social media presence and grow our community. We will also implement a user referral program and establish key partnerships so as to amplify the network effect and generate positive word of mouth. By next year, we are looking to release the premium features of our application. So what is the impact that we will make? Out of the many things that we hope to achieve, we want to reach 280 hours of counseling and have 70% of our users indicate a positive change in their emotions after using our app. This also positions us well to achieve SDG 3, which is good health and mental well-being. We are asking for $70,000 to grow fast. We want to scale our team, accelerate our app development, and give it a big marketing push that will bring us to our first 500 users within the first year. So now that you know what we're building and why we're building it, let me introduce you to the people behind the scenes. We are a very passionate, competent, and diverse team, and our advisors consist of a mix between mental health and business professionals. So you might be thinking, why are we the perfect team to reinvent online peer support? We know the competitive landscape. We know how to build scalable systems. There is a problem, and we have the solution. We have a beautiful platform, and we have traction. Most importantly, We believe that one text message may just save another person's life. We are Unfriendly Co., crafting a world where the hurt are heard. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, team. On to the judges for Q&A.
Thank you for sharing that idea. I think being heard is very much needed. I'm not sure if I got that part right, but in terms of on that platform, then it will be peers supporting peers and helping each other be heard in an anonymous way. I'm also just curious, like what measures are also going to be put in place because there's a very fine line also between supporting in a positive, supportive, nurturing way versus quickly going into bullying. So what is the measures put in place to support that?
Okay, maybe I can take this question. For now, since we've launched our MVP, we have a talent management team that oversees directly the volunteers on our platform. So our team also comes up with community guidelines and protocols to ensure that there's no cases of bullying or any sort of harmful words being used, and we have input algorithms. For example, if users have certain trigger words that they are not happy, they would not like to see, we allow them to input that into our platform so that when these words do come up, the algorithm is able to remove it from the chat. Yeah. So these are some of the ways.
Our volunteers are called listeners, and they also receive extensive training, but they're also interviewed by our team on a one-to-one basis to make sure that they have the right intentions before joining the platform. We do also monitor their progress and have feedback channels to identify outliers. Thankfully, in 6 months, we haven't had a single complaint, and we haven't had any trolls or bullying cases.
Thanks so much for sharing. I really like what you guys are doing because we're doing similar at Campus I also on peer support. Just one question and one potential collaboration on a larger scale. The question just now, I saw one of the slides, right, on some of the unique selling points between the different existing platforms like YSA from myline.sg, say Space, Asset and all. What sets you guys apart from all this existing platform? And what made you guys decide to actually come up with this? And then an area of collaboration is that at the Youth Mental Wellbeing Network, which is one of the alliances for action by the different ministries, MOE, MOH, and MCCY, and MSF, we are actually also proposing of doing one of the projects on a national peer support platform. Yeah, so if you guys are willing to actually come on board to join us, I think that would be great. So intending to do this on a national scale.
That sounds amazing. Yeah. Joy,
I think your question about what sets us apart, like we mentioned, we are an integrated platform. So in that sense, we provide trained peer listeners to support these users, but also we have referral to professional help. So for us, we understand that mental health issues lie on a spectrum. So there are the milder cases where day-to-day functioning is not as affected as the more severe cases. So for us, we would like to use our trained listeners will be more targeted towards the milder cases before they escalate into more severe issues. But it's also important that our listeners know when certain cases are beyond their expertise and when professional intervention is required, and then they can help to guide these cases towards the appropriate referrals. And in that sense, I think our platform is able to provide a better allocation of mental health resources, not really replacing current resources. And in that sense, we also help to overcome, because we know that one of the barriers is that youths are unable to really navigate mental health resources that are available now. So with our platform, we hope to provide a better allocation of these resources. Yes.
And just to add on also, our target audience, we have a very specific approach to it. So we really narrow down to the youth and the youth specifically. And it can be seen by our social media statistics whereby 75% of our followers are actually youths, and the engagement rate are all from the youth segment. So I think that's what differentiates us from our competitors, is because we focus on this specific target group and we do it well. And also, I think from our results from the past 6 months, it shows that we have the skills to execute this and scale it up on a very big level.
Thank you. You mentioned about your scaling plans, right? What are your future plans?
So we have 3 phases. We just wrapped up phase 1, which was the testing phase. Over the next 2 phases, what we plan to do is to launch our web application. I can't seem to find it. What we hope to do is to launch our web application online and release the premium features all by the end of this year. So that's something that we plan to do in the short-term time frame. In the future, like over the next 5 years, we may consider, like after securing Singapore, to probably expand into other Southeast Asian countries. But our main purpose is to create relatability community here first in Singapore.
Thank you.